Breakfast Club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Hey, let's make it a long game. Not today, baby.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. On second down, Freeman. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Let's go.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for the end zone. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
25, 21, 22. Let's go. Left.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He's to the 10 and all the way down to the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
They'll run here with Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Flush to his right. His pass caught at the 4. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? On the keeper, here's Ryan. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. And now it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second down, Winston again. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Hey, let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now Ryan on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Left. 20, 20.
From the shotgun, Ryan looking deep for Julio. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The give is to Jones. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Let's go, let's convert.
A first down throw for Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Let's go now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, Winston. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A give to Jones. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
11. 54, set. 11. 21. 22. Space. Get on, Hunt.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
39.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Jackson. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Ricardo Allen with a pick. He has just been alone for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll power his way up near the 25. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On second down, here's Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Winston. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. First down now, but that clock rolling. Jameis to throw it.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Left. 11.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Let's go now.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now Ryan. Flushed out right. And he fires one, but incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And break. The tight end's got it. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Evans.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the interception, Winston drops it to Jones in the flat. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Winston now to throw on 1st down. That's caught by Howard. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. He finds Humphreys. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And that one good for 16 yards and a 1st. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, it's Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
15 yards through the air and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
21. 11.
On first down, Ryan escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a second down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Eluding the pressure right. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
21. Gun.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
22. Stay south. Wait. Ready to go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
21. 11.
And the blitz does come. Escaping the pressure right. And now another one thrown incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, let's get some work.
Now Jameis on second down. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Now the pitch to Freeman. A gain of 3, second down. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
39.
Now Ryan on second down. Steps away to his left. Here's Sanu on the catch. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Ryan on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Noah Spence in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey, express.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Hard throw, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll go again to Jones. And an alley to run. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that plan any down.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. The 2nd down throw for Winston. A dump underneath to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Brian will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
21. 21. Hey, Tuesday. Gun.
Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
39. Hey, express!
From the gun, it's Ryan. Shakes off the sack. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Gun! On! Hey, rip Lance! Hey, South! Here we go, check it out. Everybody, son!
From the gun, Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Gun!
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
4 down.
Here's Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. Finding room inside the 40. Touchdown, Falcons! Mohamed Sanu, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2.
Gun.
Ryan, and this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing, Winston. Evans has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Evans. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. First down, Winston. Now a desperation throw deep, and this is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Deshaun Jackson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
They toss to Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Space. 54, south. Right.
Ryan wants to throw it. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
21. Left. Hey, gun.
Ryan to throw. He's airing it out for Sanu. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And here now come the Falcons. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left. And that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch. Not at all.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's a potentially